This project is easy and fast to learn and a good introduction to crocheting to understand a loop and a stitch and how to count each loop. Have you ever crocheted with your fingers only? I sure never have. Recently I tried it and I was very pleased with the result. This is going to be a gift for my sister-in-law. My name is Valerie and I'm glad that you're joining me. Let's get started. Choose a thick yarn like this one. I like the structure of it, but I'm afraid we won't see any of it in the scarf. I like to use the yarn from the center of the skein. Get about 6 skeins. The yarn won't be rolling around the place that much if you take it out of the center. Before I begin, I would like to ask you to leave comments or critiques in the comment section below. Let's get started. You'll take your yarn in your dominant hand or leading hand and you'll wrap your yarn around 2 fingers to make a loop. Now this end of yarn, you leave it hanging in the back. Insert your index and thumb through that loop and pull the yarn through, but just the loop of the yarn. With your second hand, hold the yarn so you can adjust the loop. You'll insert your fingers again through that loop and you will pull this yarn through. This is your first chain stitch. Now let's make the second one, third, fourth. Continue this way. Take a moment to subscribe to my channel and get my newest upload, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Always twist it, see? I leave the index finger in and I insert my thumb through the loop again and grab the yarn from behind. 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's count how many chain stitches we have. Each loop in the back, if you can see it, this is 1 loop. So count each arc that you see in the back for each chain stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You don't count this last loop. You will make 1 more and now we will continue. Now to make the first row of slip stitches with the fingers that are through that loop, I'll insert my fingers not in this one because this loop is the turning loop. I'll insert my fingers in the back loop. So I'll insert my fingers and I'll pull the yarn through. Now you see where you went through to grab the yarn. You go into the next one. This is your first stitch. Now let's do the second slip stitch. you pull the yarn through the second slip stitch. Again, you can see where you have the yarn through, you take the next loop. So you have 2 slip stitches, you make the third slip stitch, look for the second loop in the back, and you pull the thread through. So you have 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops, 4 loops. So this is the 4th stitch. Now the 5th stitch. Please take a moment to subscribe to my channel to get the newest uploaded tutorials. Continue with the slip stitches and try to count each slip stitch. We will recount to make sure you have 16 stitches in each row. I will show you how to count once we have this row finished. Also remember to pause the video whenever you need to. Now let's see how many stitches we have. You can count them very nicely here. So you have this first loop, the beginning loop. So this is 1 loop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and this is the working loop. For the next row, I will make another chain stitch for the beginning and turn your work around so you have it facing you and you can see the back loop. The first loop you skip again. This is your turning loop and you insert your fingers in the second loop. This is the first stitch. Continue with these slip stitches. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Continue this way until you have 16 slip stitches again for this row. I will fast forward to the last slip stitch of this row. This is 16 for this row. Take another loop, take another chain stitch, turn it around, skip the first loop and go to the next back loop. Insert your index and thumb and pull the yarn through. 1, 2, 3, 4. In each row, always count to 16 stitches. If you skipped one, go back, open it up again to the beginning of this row and start counting. It's very easy to be missed. What might make it easier if you have a solid color, a yarn with a solid color. Once you're done, this is what it looks like. At the end, you make a knot. Just pull the thread through, tighten it, and cut the end. this is what it looks like. I think it's a nice little scarf, and it will keep my sister-in-law nice, cozy, and warm. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel to get the newest videos.